Hello friends, the reflection of our metabiocognition in the external world is what we face as fate. In this video, with a very simple example, I will try to explain you what is karma, what is pava, what is punya, what is metabiocognition, what is fate. Everything will be made clear to you just with a single example. So as I have already told you, I have written a book called Metabiocognitive Remodulation. I have given it to my professors for a critic review. Is the whatever the things I have written in the book, whether it is logical, whether it is scientific, whether it is philosophical, whether it appeals to you, whether it is right or wrong, I have given him, asked him for his review. So he has, after reading my view on karma, he tried to explain me the viewpoint of karma from some other philosopher. So I was giving him the way. From the same example, I was explaining what is karma from my point of view. I will explain you this for the similar video. So in this example, first there is a nurse who is working in ICU. So there is a patient whose BP is very low. To maintain his BP, a drug has to be continuously delivered. If the BP goes low, the drug dose has to be increased. If the BP goes high, the drug dose has to be decreased. In this way, the amount of drug which is going to the patient has to be constantly titrated. So the patient's BP drops, but the doctor on duty, he is sleeping. So what the nurse can do right now? Either she can wake him up so that the patient will survive, or he or she might not wake him up, and the doctor will sleep, and the patient will be dead. So in the circumstances, in the traditional way, what we assume as karma is, if the patient survives at the end of the day, it is considered as punya because you are saving some life. But if the patient is dead at the end of the day, it is understood as pava because like you are killing someone. That's what it is usually understood, right? So this is the general understanding. Then my professor gave me some other example, like what the other philosopher says. Like at the end of the day, whether you make the doctor awake and make him treat the patient, or whether you let the doctor sleep, whether the patient survives or dead, it doesn't matter. So you do your job satisfactorily, whatever the best thing that is possible for you. You do your job to the best of your possibility. Okay, first thing. And the second thing, at the end of the day, if the patient survives, neither become happy. At the end of the day, if the patient is dead, nor become sad. If the patient survives also, you should not become happy, you should not become sad. And if the patient is dead also, you should not become happy, you should not become sad. You should face both of the things in the same way, just by discharging duties. It is simple as what Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita: do the work without expecting the results. But actually Lord Krishna doesn't say that. That is altogether a different video, we will see later. But that's what people give an explanation for that. And you do your duty, neither become happy nor become sad. Face everything in the same way. I am saying both of the things are wrong. So what I have already explained about metabiocognition is, initially there is an thought, and there is an action, and there is an effect of the action. So what I am saying is, the effect of the action does not depend upon the action, but it depends upon the thought pattern behind it, or the emotions behind it, or the intention behind it. So all these things, multiple factors collectively, is what I am calling it as metabiocognition. Okay, so the action, so now the BP of the patient has dropped. If the nurse has made the doctor wake, the nurse has bent the doctor and made the doctor awake, and he made him treat the patient. So if he has done this act because of the responsibility which he has, so then rest of the circumstances in his life also he will face with the same responsibility. Then his life will be going in a much better way. So if he has done the same act with fear, because at the end of the day, if the patient dies, then so many people might question me, like the doctors might scold me, my job must be at stake, so I should make the doctor work. So if the same action has been done with a fear pattern, then the rest of the life also he would have faced with fear, and this fear will worsen his life. Okay, so then the next thing is, like if you have let the doctor sleep out of compassion, for example, the doctor is already working in a 24 hours duty shift, he has been working so hard right from the morning, also he is suffering from fever, also he is having some body pain, let him rest for some time. If this act has been done because of compassion and the patient is dead, this intention, compassion will be remaining within the nurse, and because of which his life will be great. But if the same action is done out of friendliness, for example, if the doctor is friend to him, so I want my friend to rest, I want my friend to be happy. So if it is done out of a friendliness act, if it is done out of a friendliness intention, then rest of the life also he will face with the same friendliness, and his life will definitely be in a much greater way. So the third thing is like, if he has let the doctor sleep, if it is because of the irresponsibility, for example, whether the doctor wakes up or not, how does it even matter? Whether I'm working or not, how does it even matter? Anyways, at the end of the month, I'm going to get my salary credited into my account. And if I awake the doctor, if the doctor comes, he is going to give me 10 different works, and my work will be increased. So let him sleep. If the same act has been done because of the intention of irresponsibility, then his rest of his life also he will face with the same irresponsibility pattern, because of which his life will be bad. So I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, whether the patient survives or whether the patient is dead doesn't matter. It doesn't make you either pava or punya, but the intention behind which actually matters. For example, you might see so much people in life, and you will be saying this person works so hard in his life, but still he suffers his life. This person doesn't even work in his work, he does not do any work at all, but still he earns good name from everyone. He earns he is living his life to the best of the possibility. This thing, like, almost everyone would have faced, right? Like, everyone would be seeing people like them. So they are, you might think them, they are not working, they are letting the doctor sleep, but if it is done out of the compassion of illness, definitely their life is going to be much greater. You might see some person running like anything and working like anything, but everything, if it is done out of the fear pattern, obviously his life is not going to be good, right? I'm just giving a single example, single emotion or thought pattern or intention example, but it is definitely a complex mixture. So I'm saying, at the end of the day, whether the patient survives or not, it doesn't depend upon the action at all. It depends upon the intention. That's why even if the action is sometimes positive but the effect is bad, action is sometimes negative but still the effect is good. This is the main reason. Please understand this. I think I have explained this as so. Already I have told you there is no pava and punya, which you would have understood right now. So this metabiocognition which you are holding, this is the thing which is going to decide your entire life, because this is the fate. This is the thing which decides your entire life. Apart from that, I have also explained what is karma. So this is what I have clearly explained in my video, in my book, Metabiocognitive Remodulation in the Light of Yoga Sutras for a Life of Higher Possibilities. The e-book version is already available, and the link is given in the description below. If you would like to pre-order the book, please definitely pre-order it. Apart from that, leave all those things. Like, if you have any opposing thoughts, or if you have any supporting thoughts towards this video, please definitely leave it in comments, because that motivates me, that helps me in making the right truths in the simplest possible way, in the way easy to understand for you people. So if you find this video useful, please definitely give a thumbs up and share the video and subscribe to the channel. So if you would like to hear similar videos, like, please definitely leave in comments what are the topics that we would like to hear. So I will see you in one another useful video. Until then, it's Dr. Aravind signing off. Prosper in internal truth.